But it's time. I think it's time, and it's sad to hear. But
Do you feel your career is nearing the finish line?
I think,
Man,
I've been in professional boxing since I was 15 years old.
wow.
Almost 18 years in fighting in a professional.
He's a man of his word, because I remember in 2018 when he did the deal, the 5-year deal, I asked you, like, how much longer you want to fight? Is this 5-year deal done with the zone? And you said,
I think it's gonna be enough. A lot of years in boxing and accomplish a lot of things, and then I need to enjoy my life with my family and everything.
The year was 2024. Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed champion, stood victorious in the center of the Las Vegas crowd, a cacophony of cheers and chants. He had just defeated Jaime Munguia in a dominant performance, silencing doubters who questioned his staying power, yet amidst the celebration, a quiet resolve simmered within Canelo. This fight he knew wouldn't just be another win, it would be his last retirement. Whispers had trailed Canelo for a while. At 33, his age wasn't a glaring concern, but the sport takes its toll, grueling training and constant pressure to perform the nagging injuries. They all chipped away at the once invulnerable fighter. "My body talks to me," Canelo confided in a post-fight interview, "that it tells me when it's time tonight. It told me this was a beautiful chapter, but the book is closing." The decision wasn't impulsive. Canelo had hinted at this turning point earlier, maybe 3 or 4 more years, he'd said in a recent interview, "But it depends on how I feel. There will come a day when I say it's time to dedicate myself to other things." Munguia, a young, hungry challenger, presented the perfect opportunity. A win would be a fitting culmination, a final flourish on a legendary career. The fight itself was a masterclass in controlled aggression. Canelo, showcasing the experience that separated him from his challenger, weathered Munguia's early storm as a young lion. Canelo acknowledged he comes out fast and throws bombs, but I knew I had to be patient and use my ring IQ as the rounds progressed. Canelo's calculated punches wore Munguia down, a picture-perfect counter left hook in the eighth sent a shock wave through the arena, announcing the end was near final. Bell was a mere formality. A unanimous decision cemented Canelo's supremacy, but the victory wasn't just about dominance, it was about legacy. Canelo had scaled unimaginable heights. He'd unified multiple super middleweight titles, ventured into light heavyweight territory, and faced the best the sport had to offer. "I achieved everything I set out to do," and he declared, a hint of pride in his voice. From a young kid in Guadalajara to an undisputed champion, it's a dream come true. Retirement, however, wasn't the end of the story. Canelo, a shrewd businessman with a burgeoning tequila empire, had his sights set on New Horizons boxing. "He gave me everything," he said, "and now I want to give back. I'll be focusing on promoting young fighters and helping them navigate this crazy world." His influence, it seemed, would continue to shake the sport, albeit from the outside. The news of Canelo's retirement sent shockwaves through the boxing world, with tributes pouring in, hailing him as an all-time great. "He's not just a champion," said his longtime trainer Eddie Reynosa. "He's an inspiration. His dedication, his work ethic, that's what made him special." Canelo's departure left a void, but also a sense of closure. He left the sport on his own terms, undefeated in his last fight. It was a poignant ending, a perfect encapsulation of a remarkable journey. The journey of a young Mexican boy who conquered the world of boxing one powerful punch at a time. As the curtain closed on Canelo's in-ring career, one thing was certain: his legacy as a boxing icon would forever be etched in history.
Alright guys, we got some breaking news as Canelo will make an important announcement about his career live on Mexican TV channel Azteca on Tuesday. Is Canelo retiring? Is Canelo going to give us his last 2-3 fights announced already? We'll find out on Tuesday. But Bud Crawford has been seen sparring undefeated super middleweight Lester Martinez. So is Canelo and Bud happening next? Now I doubt Canelo will retire. He still has probably a good 2 to 3 more fights left in him. Super fights at that, to make him super money. But I really hope we get a David Benavidez fight. If Canelo retires without fighting David Benavidez, that's going to be the craziest duck of
he's going to announce his next fight or two. I think he's going to say that he's going to fight Terence Crawford and David Benavidez, and then he's going to retire. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I can just see Canelo fighting 1 or 2 more fights and then just riding off to the sunset. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better ending for Canelo if that's how he ended his career. So I think that's what's going to happen, but I'm really excited and curious what he's going to say tomorrow. So let me know what you guys.
With anticipation on May 4th, 2024, as the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas buzzed with a unique energy, 2 Mexican warriors, Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia, were about to collide in a fight steeped in history and national pride. Canelo, the undisputed super middleweight champion, is a seasoned veteran with a reputation for calculated brilliance, was facing a young lion in Mongolia, a fighter known for his relentless aggression. This wasn't just a championship bout, it was a clash of styles, a battle between experience and youthful vigor. Canelo, at 33, was nearing the twilight of his incredible career, but despite a few recent close calls, he remained the undisputed king at 168. I know some is saying Father Time is catching up. Canelo said in a pre-fight interview that he had a determined glint in his eye, but I've trained harder than ever for this. I have something to prove to myself and to the fans. Munguia, on the other hand, was a rising star. This is my moment, Munguia declared with a quiet confidence. I respect Canelo, but I'm not afraid I'm coming to take what's rightfully mine. At 27 Munguia, he boasted an undefeated record and a reputation for ferociousness. He came forward fighting his hunger to dethrone the king, which was palpable. Bell sent a jolt through the arena. Munguia, true to his word, came out blazing. He threw punches in bunches, testing Canelo's reflexes and defense. He started strong. Canelo admitted later that he's young and explosive, but I knew I had to weather the storm. Canelo, the master tactician, remained composed and used his superior footwork to create angles, slipping Munguia's wild swings while peppering him with sharp jabs. Patience is key, Canelo thought to himself, his years of experience guiding him. I need to make him work. Make him miss. The crowd roared with each successful counter from Canelo. Their admiration for his calculated approach was evident as the fight progressed and a tactical chess match unfolded. Munguia's aggression started to be replaced by frustration as Canelo began to control the tempo, and the champion exploited openings. Landing sharp body shots that visibly took their toll on the challenger, I felt him slowing down. Canelo observed, and that's when I knew I could turn up the heat. The turning point came in the 8th round. Canelo unleashed a picture-perfect counter left hook that caught Munguia flush on the chin. The challenger wobbled momentarily, his eyes glazed with surprise, sensing blood in the water. Canelo pressed forward, unleashing a flurry of punches that sent Munguia reeling. That was the shot I was waiting for, Canelo said, a hint of satisfaction in his voice, which opened things up. The final rounds were a masterclass in Canelo's dominance. He picked Munguia apart, showcasing the full repertoire of his skills. Jabs, powerful hooks, and precise footwork. Munguia never gave up. His defiance was met with calculated brutality in the champion final. Bell was met with a mixture of cheers and relief. Canelo had emerged victorious in retaining his titles with a unanimous decision. It wasn't easy. Canelo admitted that after the fight, the exhaustion was evident on his face. Shim's a tough competitor, but I knew I had to dig deep and leave everything in the ring. Munguia, though defeated, earned the respect of the entire boxing world. There was a touch of disappointment in his voice, but I gave it my all. Canelo is a true champion, and I learned a lot from him tonight. Lowe's victory over Munguia wasn't just a championship defense, it was a statement. It silenced doubters who questioned his staying power and cemented his legacy as one of the greatest boxers of his generation. This fight was more than just a win, Canelo concluded with a hint of pride in his voice. It was about proving that I'm still at the top of my game. Night marked a change of guard, with Canelo passing the torch to a new generation of fighters while leaving an indelible mark on the sport he had dominated for so long.
I know a lot of people are talking to you about your future, but you have more fights behind you than ahead of you. So have you started thinking about your legacy, your long-term legacy, and what you want that to be?
I don't know.
What do you want? You're not there yet?
I'm not thinking about that yet. So I don't know.
mentality like that, Canelo? Why does it seem like you're not cherry picking opponents? You'll just fight anybody. What is it about you that gives you that mindset?
It's because I love boxing. That's why I love boxing. I love challenge. I love feel that adrenaline. You know? I feel I need to accomplish everything to be in the books of the history of boxing. That's why I'm here. So, and I love what I do.
You know, I was going to ask you about retirement. Not that you're still absolutely incredible, but you've accomplished everything. How much longer do you think you will do this, Canelo?
The final bell in Canelo Alvarez's victory over Jaime Munguia had barely faded when a quiet bombshell dropped in a post-fight interview, his voice thick with emotion. Canelo announced his retirement from boxing, and the news sent shock waves through the fight, leaving fans and fellow legends grappling with the end of an era. Canelo's decision, though surprising, wasn't entirely unexpected. Whispers of retirement had been swirling for a while. At 33, the toll of a grueling career was starting to show. "My body talks to me," Canelo confided. "It tells me when it's time tonight. It told me this was a beautiful chapter, but the book is closing." The boxing fraternity reacted swiftly, a chorus of tributes pouring in for the undisputed champion Canelo, a true champion, boomed. Oscar de la Hoya, Canelo's former promoter, in a social media post, "You leave the sport on top of a legend for the ages." De la Hoya himself, a boxing icon, understood the pressures and demands of the sport, and his respect for Canelo's decision was evident. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s fiercest rival, and the man he chased throughout his career, offered a measured response. "Great career." Canelo Mayweather tweeted respect for the decision to walk away when you're on top. Their rivalry was fierce. Their shared respect for the sport transcended past animosity. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., the Mexican boxing legend who inspired a generation, expressed his pride. "Canelo, you carried the torch for Mexican boxing with honor." Chavez said in a video message that "You're an inspiration to millions. Enjoy your well-deserved retirement." Chavez is a role model for Canelo, recognized the immense pressure of carrying the weight of a nation's boxing hopes. His words resonated deeply beyond the immediate circle. Analysts and fans weighed in on Canelo's legacy. "He's not just a champion," said renowned boxing writer Sergio Martinez. "He's a generational talent, someone who unified multiple divisions and dominated his era." Martinez, like many others, saw Canelo as an all-time great fighter who defied expectations and redefined Mexican boxing. The news also sparked debate about Canelo's next chapter, given his burgeoning business ventures, particularly his successful tequila brand. Many speculated on a shift to the business. "World boxing gave me everything," Canelo said, "and now I want to give back. I'll be focusing on promoting young fighters and helping them navigate this crazy world." The desire to nurture the next generation suggested a softer side to the fierce competitor fans had witnessed, but some fans harbored a flicker of hope for a potential comeback. "Never say never," Canelo chuckled during a later interview, "but for now, I'm content with this decision. Boxing will always be a part of me, but now it's time for new challenges." His playful ambiguity left the door ajar, a possibility that ignited the imaginations of diehard fans. Canelo's retirement marked the end of an era in boxing. He left the sport on his own terms, undefeated in his last fight. It was a poignant ending, a perfect encapsulation of a remarkable journey, the journey of a young Mexican boy who conquered the world of boxing one powerful punch at a time. As the curtain closed on Canelo's in-ring career, one thing was certain: his legacy as a boxing icon would forever be etched in history, and the reactions of his peers and fans solidified his place not just as a champion, but as a true legend of the sport. Ever seen him, never ran from anybody, had completely respected the sport about boxing, was an ultimate champion, and I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want just say this real quick, cause I know we got a never say no, but a right now. It's not in my future, no, not right now. Maybe it's all about legacy now. Yeah, it's all about legacy right now, but you never know. What do you have to do, Canelo, to be considered the greatest boxing of all time? What is that? Can you reach that level? Can you accomplish that? Things like this fight different when you see the past of the best fighter go up and down in weight class, And with all the champions is I think nobody, right? And I try to do my best for boxing for me, for my legacy, and keep doing that right, fight the best fight of the fights of the people want. And that's it. Could Canelo Alvarez wasn't born into boxing royalty. He wasn't groomed for championship glory from a young age. His story, however, is far more inspiring, a testament to raw talent, unwavering dedication, and a burning desire to carve his name in the annals of boxing history. Born in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico in 1990, Canelo's life revolved around family and a burgeoning love for boxing. Introduced to the sport at just 5 years old by his older brother Rigoberto, Canelo's natural talent was evident from the start. I remember being mesmerized by the movement, the power. Canelo reminisced in a recent interview, there was something about boxing that just clicked for me. His early days were spent honing his skills in humble gyms under the watchful eye of his father and trainer Don Cho. The training was grueling, pushing Canelo to his limits. There were days I wanted to quit, Canelo admitted, but my dad wouldn't let me. He saw something special, something I didn't see in myself. Don Cho's unwavering belief in his son laid the foundation for Canelo's future success. At just 15, Canelo turned professional. The boxing world was buzzing with a teenage prodigy with exceptional talent and a fighting spirit that belied his years. I was nervous, of course, as Canelo said with a smile, but I was also excited. I knew this was just the beginning. His early career was a whirlwind of victories, each fight showcasing his growing confidence and ever-evolving skill set. As Canelo climbed the professional ladder, his sights were set on world titles. He conquered weight class after weight class, amassing an impressive collection of regional belts. Every win was a stepping stone. Canelo explained that I craved the challenge and the chance to prove myself against the best. His hunger for greatness fueled his relentless pursuit of championship glory. In 2011, at the tender age of 21, Canelo secured his first world title, the WBC Super Welterweight Championship. This was just the beginning of his reign. He went on to unify multiple titles at super middleweight, facing and defeating some of the sport's most formidable opponents. There were moments of doubt, Canelo confessed, but I learned from each fight that every victory made me stronger and more determined. His resilience and adaptability in the ring were as impressive as his raw talent. One of Canelo's most memorable fights came against Gennady Golovkin, a middleweight kingpin known for his fearsome punching power. Their first encounter ended in a controversial draw, only to be followed by a thrilling rematch that Canelo won by decision. The trilogy, capped off by a dominant victory in 2021, cemented Canelo's status as a true boxing superstar. Canelo acknowledged, "But those fights pushed me to my absolute limits. They made me a better fighter." Rivalry not only tested Canelo's skills, but also propelled him onto the global stage. Canelo's achievements transcended boxing and became a cultural icon in Mexico, inspiring a generation of young athletes. "It's an incredible feeling," Canelo said with a hint of pride, "to know that I've inspired others to chase their dreams. That's truly special." He embraced his role model status, using his platform to advocate for social change and uplift his community. However, in May 2024, after a dominant victory over fellow countryman Jaime Munguia, Canelo made a shocking announcement. It was time to hang up his gloves. "My body talks to me," Canelo confided. "It tells me when it's time tonight. It told me this was a beautiful chapter, but the book is closing." His retirement, though unexpected, was a testament to his intelligence and self-awareness. He left the sport on his own terms, undefeated in his last fight. Canelo's legacy extends far beyond his impressive win-loss record. He is a 4-division world champion, a unified champion at super middleweight, and a true champion of the people. His dedication, work ethic, and unyielding spirit have made him an inspiration to millions. As the curtain closes on his in-ring career, one thing is certain: Canelo Alvarez's story will forever be etched in the annals of boxing history, a testament to the power of hard work, unwavering belief, and the unwavering pursuit of greatness.